Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. So hope everybody's doing well today. It's Friday, so I should be in a good mood, but I'm a little salty today. Getting better though. You know, I think I was just grumpy from a tough night's sleep. But thought I might just get on and share what I had for breakfast, but then also talk about maybe some myths that you may have heard in the fitness industry regarding how much to eat. I don't want to be too jacked, things like that. So let's start off by talking about what I had for breakfast. So wasn't feeling the oats today. So instead I had 3 whole eggs. I had 100 milliliters of egg beaters. I had a cup of the Oiko 20-gram high protein yogurt, vanilla flavor, which is good. Usually I have strawberry, strawberry. I'm mixing it up a little bit. And then I had a 75-gram banana. So altogether, that was 472 calories. That's 53 grams of protein, 17 grams of fat, and 26 grams of net carbs. So a very balanced meal. I was in under 500 calories for the day. So if you're at 1,600 calories for the day, you can eat 3 of those meals a day and be pretty full. Remember, if you eat more protein, that's more. It creates more satiety, so you won't be as hungry. So make sure to keep that protein up. It's also good for keeping up muscles, right? So keep that up. Also, after my breakfast, I went on my 10-minute walk, and that's something that I picked up from Stan Efferding. I talk a lot about Stan, but I think he's got a lot of great approaches, very simple, straightforward approaches to making, eating healthy and living healthy very practical. For example, he couples that 10 minutes walk after food for 2 reasons. 1, to kind of get your system going after you consume that food. And then 2, it ties a healthy thing to something you always do, right? So you always eat, or you should always eat. Not all the time, but you always have to eat. So as you eat, there's something you have to do. You need to do something you need to do, which is walk. So he couples those together, and I think it makes for a very habit-forming approach. And I think it's really smart. So let's talk about some myths you may have heard in the diet and fitness genre, if you will. And they usually get perpetuated even faster now. I mean, it used to be it's stuff you heard at the gym or stuff you heard from your friend or something like that. But now it's actually like online, Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. All these things are perpetuating a lot of this information that it's not mischievously miscorrect. It's no ill intent, but I think it's a lot like legends. They get passed on person to person, and they may not necessarily be true. So it's important for us to kind of talk about these things, and if you hear something like that just seems a little bit odd, or even if it seems to make sense, don't be afraid to go look for scientific literature to try to figure that out, or get the opinion of a medical professional or a trainer or something like that. But let's go with the first one. And I hear this a lot, is, well, Jake, I'd be okay with lifting weights, but I don't want to get too muscular. I don't want to get so muscular bound, like I can't even fit through a door and stuff. That's definitely something that won't happen to you unless a couple things are in place. 1, you're extremely genetically gifted. 2, you are pushing yourself in the gym, lifting weights day in, day out. 3, your diet is on point. And 4, typically you're on a lot of steroids or performance enhancing drugs. The folks that you see in a lot of the, especially the open bodybuilder world, even in some of the movies, etc., those folks are on performance enhancing drugs. If their body seems to be too good to be true, probably on drugs. And I'm not bashing that or anything like that. If you want to achieve a certain look and you don't mind the risks involved in that, hey, it's your body, you do what you want. But just know that in the context of this, it's very, very difficult to become too muscular, okay? So train hard, eat right, sleep well. I forgot to include sleep in there, equally important. And I promise you won't gain too much muscle. I feel like I kill myself in the gym to the point to my own detriment sometimes. My diet's pretty on point. My sleep's okay. It could be better. But I haven't put on 20 pounds of muscle in 9 months. That doesn't happen, again, unless you're on some kind of performance enhancing drug. So don't worry about that. You can't gain muscle over a certain age. So Jake, you can't gain muscle over 40. I can guarantee you you can gain muscle over 40. Now, the reason why some of that may be said is because there has to be the right things in place to gain muscle, right? Your diet has to be on point. Your sleep has to be on point. Your exercise routine has to be on point. And you have to be stimulating your muscles in a way to where they will grow. Not kill yourself, but, push yourself relatively harder than typical over and over and over again, and each week increase that load, or at least increase the load over time. But you definitely can grow muscle. For me, I think the most noticeable part of muscle that I've grown is in my shoulders. And that's because I specifically targeted my shoulders because there was something, I wanted to grow like that kind of that side look that you have where it kind of has an arc right here. I wanted to do that. And so I did a lot of side laterals to grow that part. And it did grow. But you see, I worked them hard, and I work them 3 to 4 times a week. And I work them pretty hard to failure. Pretty much every lifting day, I work them to failure. And I do a ton of side laterals. Some overhead press, not a whole lot because I have some soreness in my AC joint now. But I do a little bit of overhead press, lots of side laterals, even some like bar raises and things like that. I do a lot of those. And I was able to put some muscle on the sides of my shoulders. So it is definitely possible to grow muscle after 40, 50, 60. It becomes a little tougher because protein synthesis is not as efficient when you get older, but it is possible to do. You shouldn't eat over 25 grams of protein in a meal because your body won't use it. Absolutely false. There's been studies to show, like, even if you ate 100 grams of protein, there's that air conditioner, even if you ate 100 grams of protein in a meal, your body will use it. Your body will use protein, period. It's not just used for your muscles, it's used for your organs as well, and rebuilding those and keeping those healthy. There was a scientist that I was watching on Dr. Peter Attia that talks about the arm like rebuilds itself in terms of muscle, like every, I forget what it was, like 30 days or something like that. I mean, your body is doing some pretty amazing things day in, day out, and protein is an essential source of macronutrients that it needs to do that. So it will use it. In fact, there was one study that showed like somebody ate 100 grams of protein and protein synthesis lasted over days. So your body will use it because it can't store protein, so it has to use it. So it will use it. Now, am I advocating that you eat 100 grams of protein in one meal? No, I would not do that. For one thing, your gastrointestinal tract probably will throw the flag on that one. You probably won't feel very good after that. I usually try to shoot between 45 and 60 grams of protein per meal. Now that's big meal. So like after the gym, I'll usually try to hit 45 grams of protein. In a meal though, I'll try to hit 53 to 60 grams of protein per meal. That's to hit my target of 200 grams of protein per meal, or I'm sorry, per day. Eating at night is bad. It will make you fat. Not correct, okay? As long as you're eating in a calorie deficit, you can eat at night. In fact, I eat every night. Every night before I go to bed, I have some kind of protein source with a little bit of fat in it. I don't eat a lot of carbs at night because I typically find that makes me get up and go to the bathroom more at night, which is a problem anyway because I'm getting old. But I don't eat a lot of carbs at night for that reason. But I do eat fats and protein. As long as it's within your calorie budget for the day, you can eat at night. I think where that came from was, we get bored at night sometimes because we're winding down for the day and you just get bored. So you just start eating your pantry, right? You start eating chips and things like that. So I think that's kind of where it came from. But as long as you're in that calorie deficit and you're in your budget, you can eat at night. It's not a problem. Now, what I will say is be careful at night. That's generally where the people I talk to, and even myself, really used to fall into trap when I would blow up my diet would be at night. If you have an affinity to eating at night, save some of your calories for at night, knowing that, okay? So basically, it's like budgeting money. So maybe instead of eating 500 calories per meal, you eat 450 or 425, so that when you get to the evening, you have 150 calories or so before bed, and then you can eat what you want to eat at that point. If you've already hit your protein goal and you want to eat some potato chips, knock yourself out. The bad thing about potato chips is A, they're salty, B, they have a lot of carbs, they have a lot of fats, and so you're probably going to be going to the bathroom at night. And C, you can't eat very many of them. Like 150 calories worth of potato chips is not is not very. Typically, people don't stop at 150 calories of potato chips. They eat like 600 calories of potato chips. So just be careful of that. And I would also, try to eat whole foods. Eat some fruits or vegetables or some protein, or even a little bowl of yogurt and berries would be perfect for a night snack. So you can eat at night. Another myth is I have to basically, calories won't do it alone. I have to run. I have to do 40 minutes of intense cardio 4 to 5 times a week. Not correct. If that's the kind of training that you like to do, knock yourself out. If you're training for a marathon, yeah, you probably need to do that. But I haven't run at all in 8 months, and I'm still losing weight. You don't have to run to lose weight. In fact, I wouldn't say I'm anti-running, but I'm not a big fan of it, especially when you get older in age. But my thing is I don't like running. Like, I get shin splints. It sucks. It's not something that's fun for me. So I don't run. So no, you don't have to run. You don't have to kill yourself. Make something that you're going to do, right? Do the exercise that you will reliably do day in, day out, like that 10-minute walk after every meal like Stan talks about. Do that. I mean, it's very simple. It's easy to do. It's habit forming because it's tied to something you do anyway. Just do it. Walk that 10 minutes after every meal, and I think you'll see a big change. So that's it. That's the rumors and innuendo. That's the rumors and myths of that I typically hear. Just some of them. If you've had one and you're wondering about it, put it in the comments and we'll talk about it. Otherwise, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment too, like I mentioned. But that's it for today. So until next time. So keep up the great work. I know you can do it. I'll see you in the next video.